ahead.
Well, like I say, like, the doctors lied to me, so essentially I was booted off benefits through the work. I was put off work back in 2020, I guess, before the whole COVID thing. The mine was shutting down. I had like a nervous breakdown or something. I don't really know what to make of it, but they put me off work. The doctor put me off work for severe depression. For 2 months, I fought back and forth with the insurance providers, and basically they deemed me that, oh no, we're not going to cover you. So mine then laid me off. But they laid me off, yet to give me the right ROE. They gave me 4 ROEs, not one of them was right. So I couldn't claim EI. So all year long, all the way to the summer of 21, they decided, come back to work healthy or you're fired. So I went and got a note from the doctor. Said it wasn't deemed to go back to work. They didn't care, you were fired anyway. The union didn't seem to entertain it. So I fought back and forth, and basically I was terminated. I was able to get some severance, but it was peanuts, right? 11 years working there, and they just dropped me like garbage. And not only did they drop me, they lied to WCB, they lied to the province, and they blackballed me to oblivion. Like, I have nothing left. I'm barely skipping along the water. My gas has been cut off. It's only 2 days. They gave me 2 days warning from Yellow White Gas Bill. 2 days. In October. And I said, well, over $143, which I had credited back in the spring that they just hoovered up. And then, so now I got no gas. It's mid-October. Everything's freezing up, water lines, and they just, nope, pay it or else. With what? You know? They said, oh, just go to income support again. I'm like, again? So you know who I am, right? So I said, they just want to drench up the government, you know? I'm not about getting free money from the government or anybody. I just want some support, something, you know? I can't get A's. Like, what do I do? And then it's like, forced to look for work. Well, who's going to hire me? I've been accused of bloody murder, and it's like, now what, right? Just coast along until I lose everything that I have left, roof over my head, and basically die. And it's like, because of the province neglect and the doctor's lies, big, powerful coal mine just says up yours, and that's just the way it is. Like 11 years I put in that place, small employee. And now what do I have to show? Right?
Not a thing, eh?
Not a damn thing.
And no one to help you, no one to step up.
Well,
that's the level of corruption.
How do you get a lawyer?
Yeah, how do you get a lawyer if you got no money?
If you got no money. Like,
yeah.
Lawyer ain't going to do nothing for you. Some of them are like, you know, several $100 just to get talk to you.
Just to get them to talk to you.
Like, so what do you're battling alone with nothing.
Exactly.
Course, without money, like, Yellow County even sued me this summer just because, oh, well, we don't like your yard. But it was better than most of the yards around. Like, you look anywhere else around.
Just picking on particularly you.
They were just picking on me because they knew they could.
They knew they could.
They lied to the judge.
To the judge.
The judge came and looked for himself.
Yeah.
I know it. Didn't know for sure it was a judge, but just got that feel. And that all I want is an apology.
Yeah.
Say, oh, we were wrong, sorry. No, they continue to harass me. I get a hold of the MLA, the MP, the county mayor, you know, the district mayor, all of it.
And not one.
Not one of them.
Not one.
The MLA, was it Martin Long, came to my house when he was campaigning. I voted him in. And he can't even get back.
And that was the Conservatives?
That was the Conservative Party.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wrote his office several times looking for help. Not a problem. Just like, go to the MP. The MP, go to the municipality. It's like, seriously? You know? Like, wow. So now everybody's just discredited me, blackballed me. I have no friends left.
No friends.
I mean, most of my friends have bailed.
Yeah.
Abandoned, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fighting. I was broke down for several days on the highway because my truck broke down, you know? No money to fix it, no money to tow it. Basically, I'm stranded. Right?
This is the saddest cowboy Alberta story I've heard. It's basically a cowboy song, isn't it? My truck broke down, my old lady left me, my job fired me, the government won't help me.
It sounds far-fetched, but like I'm
true.
trying to get the story around in my head, but every part of it is true, and it's just like so obscene.
So obscene.
That
yeah.
it can't even be possibly true. And
well, I've seen worse, so yeah.
And then they're like, basically my options now are die or keep trucking on with what?
With what?
You know, like, I even tried about building a company.
Building a company.
Banks wouldn't entertain it.
No.
I mean, they're lying to me too, believe it or not.
I had a friend named Dan Hopkins. Him and I used to work in a junkyard, and his wife worked at the courthouse.
Yeah.
We tried to open our own junkyard when our junkyard shut down, and they wouldn't even give us a loan from the bank.
Well, that's what I mean. I banks, no loan.
Yeah.
And then everybody's saying we support small business.
How? They're all closing here. All of them are empty, just about.
TELUS is another one. It's like 21 years it was with TELUS. 21 years.
Yeah.
I was falling behind. They said, nope, up yours.
Up yours,
In fact, they told me I had the wrong kind of disability.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's word for word on the phone. I have no proof of it, unfortunately, but that's what they said. Word for
It
word.
is very hard in Alberta to get down to Alberta disability age. It's like they're gutting the system and they don't want to pay.
Well,
I'm on it because I'm severely handicapped.
Yeah.
From when the government beat me like 65 times half to death. But this man here has been so wronged. Listen to his story.
Poison, with medications that were unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary poison.
I believe
Am I
it.
any worse off now for not taking the medication?
Not at all if you just eat right and exercise.
They have not told me that I have sleep apnea. They have
Yeah.
yet to tell me that.
Yeah.
Even the clinic in Red Deer thought it odd.
Yeah.
She sent me the unencrypted test results, and I said, so I have it. She said, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, your doctor never told you anything? No. I mean, now that he's gone, like, I can't even buy a doctor.
I know it's so hard to get a doctor here or the doctor's never in the office.
Yeah, basically, I was told to either go to the hospital. I almost died a couple of years ago because of an ear infection.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the hospital. I drove myself, like nearly dying. I was dehydrated bad for 3 days without water. And I think I even died in there. I waited 4 hours.
Yeah, it's common.
And then when they came in, basically they did their thing, and then I said, so are you going to fix the problem? The doctor literally said, we'll get the professionals to do this. I was like, who are they? The nurse.
The nurse, yeah.
You know who did it? Me.
You did it in the car?
With a hose.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had been burned in my ear.
I see, yeah.
7 weeks before, well, working.
Uh-huh.
And it got infected my throat. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink.
Couldn't drink.
It was delirious. I was just like, it's either go now or die. And the doctor even said, well, you drove yourself to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because
you had to.
costs money.
$300, isn't it?
$350.
$350 just for any ambulance ride anywhere in town.
If they come.
If they come,
Like,
yeah. If it's so bad, the government's so corrupt here.
I keep hearing free Medicare and free healthcare.
Yeah.
What's free?
What's free? Yeah.
Pay and free to pay some more and free to die.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? In all of this madness that you're going through, and the world is corrupted, right?
Yeah.
And in Christians, as we believe as Christians, the people that I am with my friends, we believe that Satan fell to earth, and Satan corrupted Eve in the garden, and then Eve corrupted man. So our world is corrupt, and everyone is evil in their thoughts. So everything from the 10 Commandments it says not to do, people do.
Yeah.
So it's no stealing, no lying, no cheating, no murder,
So
right?
Everything the government does.
And everything the government does, right? And they're corrupt, and they're not following God's law, most of them.
Like I say, I'm not happy with Alberta. I was born
Me here.
Born in Alberta.
Yeah.
I worked in Alberta for years and years.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the things I get.
Yeah.
It's like,
This is the things you get. I love Canada. I grew up here.
I went out of my way to.
Yeah.
Because all around, I looked around. There's nobody with a flagpole.
Yeah.
There's a pole with a flag, kind of flag.
Well, yeah. And what they do? They come down on you for that?
And everybody, well, no, nobody else is patriotic. I mean, like, everybody bitches and moans about the federal government. Well,
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
I mean, I still love Canada. Definitely,
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't be against Canada.
Yeah, if you love Canada and you grew up in our generation where we went to assembly in the morning. Were you that part of the generation?
Yeah.
Well, that was my generation too. We went to assembly
National anthem.
and to sing the national anthem in the mornings, and that was like our school in grade school, eh? Yeah. That are you 40 or 50?
I'm 41.
He's 41, so he's 1 year older than me. But you know what I was saying? Jesus loves you even in all this shit. You know, and I know it's so corrupt, and everywhere you go, you try to get help, and they're like, they get paid to pretend to give you help and then leave. It's in and out.
The phone problems that you get from the government are elaborate. If you go down the corridor, you got to start all over.
You got to start all over again. If you get the wrong, if you get the wrong form and don't dot the I and cross the T, you have to go all the way back and start
Well,
again.
that was like the ROE.
Yeah,
In 4 ROEs, not one of them was right.
not one of them.
And the union and payroll both said, well, you couldn't just lie. They said, you want me to lie to the federal government? No.
Yeah. No, you go to jail for fraud. Yeah,
No.
4 or 5 years.
Because I even told the federal government what mine was doing, and a week later, mine was starting up again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder if they took my advice to heart. You know?
I wonder. Yeah.
Well, because I said to him, I said, the mine shut down for COVID. They said, yeah, okay. I said, why did they shut down? I said, there's a coal mine by Hinton still running. There's a pulp mill. There's sawmills. And everybody else is still running except for them.
That for them. Yeah.
You know? And nothing greasy there.
Yeah.
And the way they shut down that place, they were never going to run it again. They
Well,
found a way to shut it down and not have to do a reclaim. Plus, get subsidies from the government.
Well, the whole thing with COVID, you see, COVID was actually the basis for the common cold.
Yeah.
And then they took it to laboratories, the U.S. government, and they tried to weaponize it to make it a bioweapon for NBC. So nuclear, chemical, and biological, NBC, right?
Yeah.
Warfare. So they took that and they took it to a laboratory in China and farmed it out to them for them to breed it. And they crossed an anteater and a bat into it, their DNA, and created COVID, they say.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
There's
heard
always
that.
There's always
Yeah.
been diseases. There's always
Yes.
been viruses.
Well, AIDS also comes from lab.
We were told, 20, 30 years ago that AIDS would kill everybody.
Kill everybody
Everybody by now.
by now. But
You know?
what? We all got condoms and worm, and we all, like when if those of you that had sex sins, we wore condoms and we had sex. That's what we did, and it kept us here, didn't it?
It did so.
It did so. But I got to get going, my friend. Thank you for telling us your story.
It is quite the story.
It is quite the
I wish
story.
I could wrap my head around it.
It is
Everybody
wonderful
looks
to
at me
hear
like
it.
I'm nuts.
Well, you know
Maybe I
what?
am.
The rest of the world, like, they're all out for themselves out there in the world who as Christians, we try not to just be about ourselves. We try to be about others and kindness and goodness and love and hope and faith.
Yeah.
But out there in the world, like I said, it's a fallen world. It follows Lucifer more than it follows God. There's a lot of Satanist families. If you look online, you see big pentagrams all over the place. There are people wearing pentagram hats, pentagram jackets and things nowadays. And the World Satanic Church is now in effect. They have that in California. They have one in New York.
I'm not against anybody. Anybody's
Oh.
entitled to their beliefs.
Their beliefs. Yes, this is true.
Just don't force them on me.
Yeah, don't force them on you. And that's just it. People, as Christians, we cannot force our beliefs on anyone. We could just present them to them with love. And if they say no, that's fine. And this man has suffered so much because of corruption and sin.
I mean, I used to go to the dentist every month.
Every month. Yeah, and your teeth now are bad because no money, no coverage. They don't even give you your coverage after 11 years. Like, you don't even get your medical. Oh my God, pardon my language, but that is so corrupt.
Everything's gone. The government said they would help, but income supports kicked me off again. 3 times. They laughed in my face 3 times.
So everybody, I want you, do you want to say your first name or?
Well, name's Andrew.
Andrew. So everybody pray for Andrew wherever you are in the world. This is video 2. So please pray for Andrew. And
Trust me, I can make a movie out of it.
yes, you could. We'll see if we get any views and any likes, Andrew.
Here's hoping.
Sure is hoping. You take care.
I just want justice.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So do I.